SAO. This is martial arts. In the martial arts, you can hurt your opponent so easily. There is no such law. Kim Long replied proudly, because it's billion martial arts. That's how it ended. In my hand is a real sword. Then, do you know how he became raw now? Don't be so angry, I'm surprised. Who knew he was so weak? I thought a little bit. He will also stop my opponent. I'm sorry to judge your brother a little. He just put his hand on his chest. Slight bow, sorry. They're actually despising. You gritted your teeth. Turn your voice down to your friend. Take your brother to the pharmacy. When they took him away, he stood up and said, some kind of skillful Dharma sword of the South. I also want to try it once. Kim Long laughed and said, what's so hard about that? He glanced at the Korean. Let him open his eyes. Outside the waiting chair, a guy with a ponytail on the floor. Yes, brother. This guy in your face has a sign. Is humble, is honest, is braver. A few seconds later, there was a smile on his face. Make the opponent a disciple of Hua Sect. Be humble in some parts. He played the chess and laughed and said, that's brilliant, of course. The man whose name is White Sky, it's also stronger than we think. But the achievements of Kim Long, it's beyond expectations. Of course, he is not the first genius in the West. With a whole school, I have a student like him. It is not suitable for Western location. First school, or SAO. The old men are all arrogant. I don't care about people. To make the senses despise. He sighed a clear-headed breath. Constantly being sarcastic. Merchants are different. Someone was carried in a miserable manner. Nothing equal. You can still think of money. I'm a businessman just like them. But I feel indignant right now. The group indifferent to its kind. I only care about money like this. No matter what. Minor director, what are you thinking in your head? The mayor confidently told himself to call. Everyone comes, so I thought that. Maybe he had some secret plan. If the church continues to move in this direction, the paint, no matter how you use it, I can't find my former reputation. Even in the worst case, the paint will decay faster. I hope it's not because I overestimate it. Minor director. The teacher asked if it was okay. The Chinese replied, of course, it's not okay. Are you hurt a lot? His brother's words made Chun Cotton more worried. And yet, he's adding more oil and fire. Of course, he's hurt a lot. Actually, it hurts you too. Not bad for Chun Cotton. Just. He's not comfortable showing off. Chun Cotton is irritated even if your relationship is not good. But not too careless SAO. Either way, that person is my inspiration. My uncle, I was beaten up for such a tragedy. Can you say something so serene? The Chinese interrupted to calm down, brother. You are a spy with no love. I see you are angry. You tried to hold him back. You said calm down. What are you expecting? At first, I thought you were going to win. From the beginning, I knew you were thinking. I don't expect. Hoa Sun can win in Hoa Tuan Kai Association. But I thought that. At least save some face for the paint. Chan, turn your face. I kept watching the game because I was really working hard. The wall of the 9 most powerful factions in the state is so high. If it takes effort, what in the world is it? Who is not a master? Important thing, it's not whether you make the effort or not. It's about how hard you've worked. From now on, look closely. Because all the second-generation disciples will lose. Chan was surprised. I thought this strange enemy would speak well. What are you all talking about? Middle buttocks respond with face as cold as money. No one is capable of winning. Without a single person. But as far as I can see, he's not going to the fight. There's not even a SAO draw. So we're going to lose a lot. Who said you lost? This ass is getting more and more confusing. Even Chun Cotton is close to you. I can't understand a word you say. Didn't you just say that? Turn around and you say you are a second-generation student. So brother, warm up your body. Maybe we have to fight a battle. It's magnificent. Of course, this is the end. To that teacher. They all lay down in turn, so that the southern tribe has a chance to trample them. Is that all? Is it easy to keep fighting? Arrogant Korean bastard. Look at the middle of the ass. He laughed and said out loud with just his mouth. The buttocks did not respond to the burning eyes. Let me see that smile. How long can you stay on your dog's snout? Time just goes by. Second-generation students of Hoa-san eat face stamping. They're all rolling down to the floor. I'll see your face again. We've lost 9 in a row. It's not like we should stop. And so it goes to the third-generation disciples. They will also be cruelly attacked by them. The metal replied, we can't. You tell me how to stop. How to stop it? Standing in front of the most famous people in the West. Shouldn't have to say, we are not opponents of the South. Now there is more fighting. It just hurts the kids. I think we should stop here. It's different. My mouth is telling the world. The mountain has completely failed. Even to this extent, even if you are beaten to this level, it is absolutely impossible. This is not about saving my honor. But this is to protect at least one day. Paint can rise up. So is a chief practitioner. I can't say those words. He bit his teeth to suppress the pain in his heart. He told his brother, Tiger, you must have known this. This means that even if you want to stop in the middle, it can't be stopped. The AI also predicted this. The worst losers. Under the hands of the male. It's been predicted for a long time. He invested in the promotion code is more opportunity to bring down the paint, Hoa, to take the southern sect to the top of the West. This is also the 7 things love. But this way is not human. He laughed. 10 consecutive matches. This result couldn't be more satisfying. This is not the situation. That's what previous generations have always expected. SAO is not another AI. This situation is the situation that my horse has fulfilled the cherished wish. That long. The other fighters also decided early. This victory is overwhelming. In fact, we can't even define it now. This victory is due to the strong male. Or is it because the paint is weak? Since I was a painter, I also had some expectations. That's what I said. Cod orgasm's laughter. Public opinion has completely tilted towards the South. Now the rest is to crush their young shoots so that they can't grow. His desire for fame led him to the devil. He didn't even see it. Have a little compassion for those who deserve your age. He thinks today is the best day of his life. Sighing, looking tired. You just want to leave this place right away. But how can I do that? The next battle is for the brothers. You are the third disciple. It's our turn. Chan Cotton was a little nervous sitting by the ring, he thought. Lost 10 matches in a row, even though he has received very arduous cultivation to come here. I was very confident, but with too big a gap in front of you, my previous self-confidence seems to have. You feel that there is evil present beside you. He turned to horror when he saw. My ass is turning into a monster. Hate eyes to bow to you. I know you're angry, but calm down in the eyes. Yuang En is allocating contestants of the third-generation disciples of each sect. Suddenly, he heard a noise on the side of the seat, waiting for Hoa-san. You can't let that kid go. This bastard told me to calm down. You're in the final battle. It's not done. The whole mess keeps the ass calm. And suddenly, there's a flash of energy. Fly the crowd away. Chinese cotton soared into the sky. The traders don't even know what's going on. I saw a small body landing on the floor. This person is the third-generation disciple of Hoa-san Chung Myung sect. Gaping mouth, middle, but Sao this kid at Sao again. Big ass screams the first name. I don't care who gets up here. Brothers are also powerless. Fried rice with you. You scream before I kill you all. Get up and see for yourself. That crazy kid's name is Sao. Kim Long laughed ha. And finally let a little monk open his mouth. Force up. The first battle, though, it's a little bit different from what we data. Like nothing's changed. Let that boy know his fate. Dance on the floor. In a split second was present in front of the middle buttocks. He said, your ass. I'll cut off your dog's mouth. My name is Declaration. Dance as fast as cutting. He hasn't even said the whole thing yet. I saw a cool breeze blowing over my face. Kier's opponent is clenching his fist up. Get ready to blow. What did he do in time to react to eating that shot right into the jaw? The white horse couldn't believe his eyes. I can't believe this guy is so quick. That one blow is enough to know the Kier force. You speak in a loud voice. That's a lot of martial arts. Go to hell. What is this? The boy disappeared in the blink of an eye. I didn't see the boy's movements. Sao. The horse groaned. I am the elder of the South. There's no reason. The weapon fell white on the floor. Just like the way that the second-generation disciples of Hoa-san once. Just one punch from Chu's ass. He took the wooden sword next to him. Lead the enemy to lie in front of you. Stand up and measure the boy. We haven't even used any internal work. What are you eating there? Outside, the devil slandered you, the wicked bastard. I still haven't finished the sentence, but I snuck it out. Hoa-san disciples do not know what the ritual rules are. My face is pale. Etiquette, what the hell is that? You can't go to the battlefield and shake hands. Have a drink with the enemy. And then I started fighting or something. The man is awake, he's trying to get up. My feet trembled like a dog. He picked up the wooden sword that shows buttocks. Stand up quickly. My time is also limited. Do you have a why? One of his cheeks was swollen purple, like a toad. Your face must be stupid. He said no, I can still fight. Nose blood has dripped out, spitting out a stream of fresh blood like a water cannon. Looks suspicious ass. If I keep fighting like this, maybe this guy will really die. No, 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 no. But if so, no, it's not. No, no. The first person I killed after being resurrected. No, no, no. It will be a boy. No, he was eaten in the face while fighting. No, no, no. And died of excessive bleeding. No, no, no. When you look at the referee, a ma'am. This guy doesn't need to be treated. You am hesitant about that. I was also the first to encounter this case. First, you should ask for the consent of both parties. It is doubtful that the force itself is not self-sufficient. He tore both sides of his sleeve. Put it on both sides of your nose so the blood stops flowing. Bite your jaw. Bite your back like a buffalo. I want to feel less pity for him. You mean you want to continue? Southern tribes are all bad things, right? That's why they don't give up so easily. Force tried to shout the mean boy. I don't know bad. No shame or shame. And start this dirty trick. I will cut you to pieces. Then feed the dog. And now you've put your head down and begged me to go. It's too late. The son of death. We will fight until your parents can't recognize you anymore. Air tension. It's a little funny. What is this? Those funny words are free. All right, let's go. I felt a little guilty about you earlier. But now that useless thought is gone. Come on in, I'll show you. What is called being unable to move the enemy. Even if it's just a feather. His feet were ready to send him away. Force that boils blood. Mouth full of blood. But he's doing fine, this son of a bitch. Suddenly, Kim Long's voice startled him. Name dance. Don't get excited and mess around. Don't underestimate the enemy. The picture takes 5 seconds. He calmed down and told his opponent. Your general's strategy is pretty good. The middle of his mouth teased him. Yeah, I'm good at that. Wooden sword up. It is best not to cry until then. Because of your sword, they won't be able to touch me anymore. You were stabbed by me once. Force left out the ear, immediately attack. I will kill you, you cowardly thing. Original medium buttocks, average legs, so. Then you're 10 feet down on the floor. Aim straight for the incoming enemy. At the same time, a sword. The weapon is also slashing, like not knowing the AI's sword. Faster. It must be the middle of the ass. The male disciple cried out bitterly. A horizontal line measuring the person. He fell to the floor. Your ass doesn't look broken. You turn your heels. A few more cuts for this lip-dancing guy. Some lines as if let him open his eyes. These days, the kids don't have any rules. When he dropped his sword, he stopped. Use a more dangerous attack. Kick the 3 legs of the weapon with your foot. This trick is magic. Make sure one kick is enough to solve everything. The weapon is not screaming right now. Kim Long let you watch. He saw a man he somewhat trusted. I threw my ass in the sky. Writhing in pain, unable to move. Your ass is coming. Put the sword in front of him. He grabbed 2 hooves that he stuck in his nose. You can't touch me, right? Middle cotton pull out, and the blood from it flowed out like a stream. It's full of training arenas. You take them to the south, and you put them down. What's that surprise? Kim Long is angry and humiliated. The southern disciples shut up. Middle buttocks go back to their sitting position, to the surprise of everyone. You ask yourself a question. What the hell was going on? We are dreaming. Middle butt really defeated the 3rd-generation disciple of the South, SAO, and won overwhelmingly. And so fast. He turned to the teacher sitting next to him. Master of this. He looked wide-eyed and saw you look amazing. I'm going to put my eyes out. Even my brother is no exception. No, that kid couldn't be that strong. This is ridiculous. You have to lose. How can you win again? The master's disciples were determined to go to war. And these 2 people are talking about what the hell? Why are you begging him to lose? Hyan hugging sobbing face. How long has that kid been in school? The gum seemed less surprised. He replied politely. Not even the first 6 months. Just 6 months. It's only been 6 months to beat the South SAO disciples. Can you even win so overwhelmingly? That means it's been 6 months. That he was able to reach that level. I see no sign. About how Chung Myung learned through martial arts before entering the class. He continued. But I can't quite grasp it. That kid's martial arts scene. Because it doesn't always express itself. Master Wee takes care of him. I thought that child was just a person who brings happiness to the flower paint. If you expect anything more from that child. I'm not an unscrupulous person. Because so far, middle butt, how many things have been done for you? But the genius of martial arts that just now. That child just showed up. It doesn't seem to stop there. Turns out, he's a genius. He asked me whether it was SAO. We've won a battle too. Right? That doesn't mean you have your face back. To talk about face, no. It doesn't just stop at the level of saving face. Look in a certain direction. Talented people can stand up. Onward responsibility. The next 100 years of paint has appeared. The whole audience was silent. But there's a whisper. It seems that Hoa Sun's disciple has won. Yeah, that's right. That's right. But isn't that victory so overwhelming? If you were in the first battle, it is clear that this disciple of Sun Nam is also an outstanding talent among the third-generation disciples. It turns out that in Hoa Sun, there are also talented Sao, by plastic waste, of course. When everything happens in league, even though we couldn't directly witness the martial arts scene of the battalion commander, but even so, we also believe in and invest in paint. Minor director, absolutely not the one who will lose. Maybe the mayor have already predicted all the current situation. If so come, the results will also be different from everyone's predictions. The old men argued. Compared to that age, there are 2 excellent hours. It's not enough to describe. Winning the South cannot be a matter of luck or random. The feeling is that I have won. His liver is very excited. Right now, from this moment, none of them couldn't recognize it. In the ass is a big fish. Stop dreaming. That fish we caught early. But now we've only won 1 battle. If the other third life disciples all lose the battle, then it will only end by the superiority of that child. There is nothing wrong with looking at their words. Let's show them. Congratulations to the chief. It all ends with this one event. Or even more. It will end with the start of the Hoa Sun counterattack. After defeating the force, put your ass back in your seat, in a very happy spirit. You take a deep breath. I said, oh my God, it's so good. Chun Cotton stood next to him in disbelief. Punch people like that. And it shows off that kind of refreshing look. This guy is the devil. Suddenly, the nuns at the top spoke up and said, well done. Well done, the North Pole is happy to say. I should have stomped on him more. It must contain the middle. Others also come to praise. Thanks to you, I'm so relieved. Ha 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 ha. The previous ones, they also hate the third generation, has now moved on to say, you're good. Awesome, so awesome. People with real power, of course, you're allowed to be arrogant. In just a moment, you got that guy. The compliments keep coming back. Everyone looks so happy. The middle buttocks replied later. Okay, I'm just having fun. I'm not in the mood for praise. You shouldn't go anywhere else. He turned to look at Qian and called his brother. Don't say anything. It's just a nod from the middle of the butt. Brother didn't say anything either. As if understanding his brother's intentions, he also nodded in response. Looking back at the audience, I wonder if it's my turn. My ass did its job very well. It's even a little too much. We have to keep this atmosphere. I have to be determined. I'm telling myself to try. I was told by Chen. What the hell are you doing? Go to the martial arts arena. He was angry and insulted this boy. In the end, I didn't motivate myself. Take a sentence. Just tell me what to do. Then he sighed and asked, do you have any advice for me? It's kind of like what's typical of male martial arts. The Chinese asked again, if I say Ra, can you use it? Go to battle. Just aim at the opponent's head and fuck. Get a little advice. He went to get the wooden sword and said, hum. I know. You walk up to the ring. His footsteps suddenly became heavy with worry. You think everyone. They all look at me with hopeful eyes. If I can't live up to that expectation, the monks are all focused on you. Traders are also eagerly waiting for the next game. Chief student. The old guard also observed in silence. Chun Cotton was afraid to wonder, if I lose here. If you are busy thinking, call out to your brother behind the middle butt. Oh, he asked. My brother told me to die with me. A warning in the middle of this. His anxiety just now disappeared. You smile. Go ahead and think of the winds now. It's starting to blow paint. Your every step has been softer. On the floor, you stomped hard on the floor. Then make a bold statement. Chun Cotton students of Mount Hua Sect. Permission to teach. Side tone male frequency. Kim Long is very upset. He shouted for Confucius. Go to war and beat that arrogant boy to death. Yes, the boy replied, and hurried into the ring. Kim Long came to think. How dare you break the perfect chain of victory? Of Sun Nam. He looked at the person sitting in front of him. With hatred, American Central butt. You are stronger than I thought. Yeah, it could be that. But the other boys aren't. Your victory alone will not be able to become the winner of the painted flower. Because we'll never let that happen. On the field of hubris, pointing the sword at the opponent as a challenge. He looked at his opponent and remembered what he had thought. It's been 2 years. This fight came sooner than I thought. Every memory comes back. You're bruised. Can't counteract a blow. You're powerless and humiliated. Then he took a deep breath and thought. If the buttocks do not appear, maybe today's results will be the same. The paint has always been pathetic. At the martial arts departments with male tones. It seems like everyone's training. It's meaningless. About that time, I was so desperate that I thought, even if I make an effort, I will. Can't win. And when we all give up on that wall of despair, you remember the image of someone. Only one person dared to challenge. That person doesn't stop giving up. Crazy workout. That's the white angel. And then suddenly, my ass fell from the sky in front of everyone. My ass thanks to that guy. That people have had half a year of dying and coming back to life. People have really practiced their best. Whether with that training, the distance between them and the South, can it be shortened or not? Although we can't be sure about that. But no matter what the outcome is, I won't lose easily. Thought. His hand gripped the sword and held it up. The shock suddenly spoke up and didn't need to say much. Last time I saved your face. But today, I will tell you what pain is. Through the bones, through the flesh, Chun replied loudly. I have no intention of thanking you. He shouted a lot of words. It's useless to say he just attacked. The opponent is coming, but he stood there and His posture analysis was exactly the same that time. Quick attack, accurate sword path, unpredictable. And I couldn't stop one of his tricks. But his hand clenched the sword. He swung the sword. The two VA swords collided extremely violently. Your opponent is very surprised. Both jump out. The name said again. It seems like last time you're not just playing around. But even if that's the case, nothing will change. Once again, he came to attack. Chung Cotton was a surprise. Fortunately, you can still defend. You suddenly think, his sword is not only faster, but also heavier. Before, he's attacking at this speed. But you can still put that kind of power into a sword. He seems to have doubled in strength, compared to the previous confrontation. This is the power of Confucianism. He landed again and rushed to attack. Once again, Chun defends well. There's something really strange, he thought to himself. But at Sao, why did I see it all? The enemy's quick and strong attack. Give out. You miraculously caught it all at the same time. Kong Sheng's decisive blow. But Chun can hold it all. He's even been pushed away. What was he thinking? Why now? He could not only stop his sword. It can also be pushed back. Chun looked at the hands in shock. About this. This is all Sao. I don't even know why. He asked again if. I'm not kidding. I'm asking. You want to make me lose face, so you're being soft. Can't we suddenly get as strong as? He shouted, don't think. You're lucky to have a few tricks. Arrogant, he rushed to attack. Very fast as Chun Cotton again dodged the blow. Give him another kick in the stomach. He was pushed away. It was just a kick, but it hurt him. Brother really doesn't understand. Ask yourself, after all. What did that kid do to us all this time? The more angry the opponent shouted. He came swinging his sword. Brother calmly stood there talking. I can do it. I've practiced a lot of times there. I've repeated that position countless times. That's the deal. His hands held the sword and held it high. All the transformation and the ultimate sword, it all comes from the fingers. Fixed low position like Tai Sun. Do not ignore any changes of the opponent. With my own eyes. He silently concentrated while the opponent was approaching. You still think, and when the moment of decision comes. The boy remembered his brother's teaching. That's the idea of the most intense. You have to be determined, so you don't have to swing the sword. For the second time. Then you speak out loud without hesitation, even in another. A steady blow of the sword to Confucius' head. He knelt close to the floor trying to study the gas. The cotton pot didn't give up. Put down the sword with all your might. Kong's wooden sword flew out. It's going in a different direction. The end of the battle is about to be revealed. On the floor, only Chung Cotton was standing. Yo-Won opens his mouth in wonder. Even the chief of the southern tribe is no exception. Kim Long doesn't believe in the truth. It is visible on Kier. His beloved brother was defeated. to the extent that the edge foam under the wooden sword of the dragonfly fell at the feet of Hua-san disciples. In a tragic way, Qian breathed hard to regain his calm.